Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? I know it's pretty late, but that's pretty much the only time I can actually do lives. My days go really full. So yeah, I know it's almost 11:30, and I hope that some of you are still awake. And if you're not awake, I hope you're watching the replay. Just say hello when you're joining. I hope that you're having a wonderful end of year and that you're pretty satisfied of 2018. I hope it really went the way you wanted it to go. If you're joining, just say hello so I know that you're here. Tonight is going to be a quick chat. Now, obviously, it's 11:30. I don't have much energy left after a full day of work, guys, because it's really hard to separate private life with work life. We're pretty much on the work mode all the time. Hi, Wakashari. Hello, thank you all for joining so late. I hope that you don't have to be at work early in the morning. Although I do have to start my day quite early tomorrow on the 31st of December. I can't believe it's the end of the year already. Hi, Alex. Alex1. Hello all if you're joining. And thank you all for watching the replay if you are watching this on a replay. Hello everyone. So tell me, how is the year has been for you? What have you been up to lately? Are you looking forward 2019? I definitely am. I think it's going to be a different year, hopefully, because this one was really tough for me. Really stretched myself into different ways. It wasn't like the easiest year, but nonetheless, I'm quite happy with what I have achieved. I also got to know myself even better, like as a human being. So yeah, we're all in this life, in this journey to discover oneself. Hello Kassawi, hello Yassine, hello Ahmed Lamagri, hello Time of Line. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining so late. So I wanted just to really quickly talk to you guys and then see what you've been up to, and also if you watch my recent video on planning for next year, have you watched the video? Did you actually do the work? I also spent a lot of time thinking about my plan for next year this past weekend, so that's why I wanted to have this opportunity to exchange with you all. If you have any questions in terms of designing your best year ever, shoot me questions now. This is going to be a very short live. As you know, it's pretty late, so hopefully you have some questions that I can help you with, and then we can just benefit from one another. But one question that I got yesterday or the day before that I thought was really interesting was one of you guys was asking me about having a toxic environment, and specifically family. So he was actually asking me whether he should just stop talking to his family because the family unfortunately is not really supportive and doesn't believe in him, just because he's 18, so he's very young. So I thought it's really an important question to address, because some of you also may not have that supportive system and environment that you need to grow. In my case, it was never that case, because I was always surrounded by human beings that believed in me. So it's very hard for me to give like a very honest advice, because I've never been put in that situation. But I obviously had a lot of sort of people who didn't believe in me in certain points in my life, especially when I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and then this thought that was like the lousiest thing that I could ever do, but that's actually what I wanted to do. I didn't want to get the high paid salary, but I wanted to start something for myself. So what I wanted to say to this person, and to all of you who may be having a family who may not be very supportive. Now, when it comes to friends, it's quite easy, because you can just, don't talk to them anymore. But family is really hard. You know, family, especially if it's your mom, your dad, your brothers, sisters, your immediate family, can be really, really tough. So what I suggest is really to limit all types of conversation when it comes to your future, your career, or your work. If you can minimize those kind of conversations to almost 0 seconds, that's good. But also to look at the family in a different way and in a compassionate way, meaning they're actually talking from their own experience, because if they were successful, they would not actually talk to you in that way, you know. So unfortunately, it's because they have not themselves reached a level of success that they think it's going to be impossible for you. So if you think or see them in a different way, you're going to be more compassionate, you're going to understand their position, but you have to set those boundaries. And this is what's going to help you live with your family and at the same time live your dreams. If you have any questions about this, let me know. All right, let me see if you guys have any questions. Where do I live? I'm between Casablanca and Paris, and I also work out of London as well. How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Jamal, for your sweet messages. Now, Jamal is one of the sweetest people in our community, always saying the right things at the right time. So thank you, Jamal. All right, Hamza, hey, Shadida, hey, you. Hi, I just discovered you today. Thank you. All right. I saw your YouTube channel, really like the content and your English. And I will ask you something about doing e-commerce using Shopify. Yeah. What's your question? Can you talk Arabic, please? Yes, I can. Thanks for the lesson 2019. Let's do this. Yes, let's do this together. I'm really glad that we're actually starting to be a community, and I'm actually starting to get to know many of you through your DMs and messages and comments on YouTube and so on. So I feel like we're here for one another, and this is the beauty of the internet. Like, even for being so far away, we can still connect with one another. How many of you actually took the time to sit down and reflect back on your year, the 2018? Did you actually sit down and write down all the so-called failures and the successes, what went right, what went wrong? I know it's a tedious exercise because we're such in a rush to move to the next thing, but it's so important to do this part of the work before you start planning for next year, because you have to learn from your current mistakes and the current lessons that you've learned this year. Before you move on, it's always important to do an assessment, whether you're actually planning for business or for your personal life. So I'd be curious to know how many of you actually sat down and thought of this year month by month and sort of like did a whole assessment, business and personal assessment. Let me know in the comments. But this is such an important step. You do not have to skip it before planning. And then when the planning comes, things actually get more natural, and focusing on goals that are really, really close to your heart. Jamali is saying, one of the best things for me in 2018 is knowing you, dear. Again, stop it with the nice comments. Stop it, Jamal. Thank you. That's very kind of you. But I'm sure there has been some other achievements that you had, whether at school. I don't know if you're actually going to school or if you're an entrepreneur. Tell me more about you, actually. But I'm sure there's some successes, and the successes do not have to be to earn $1 million, in check. A success can be a very personal sort of achievement. So, because here, like I said in the post today, success is different to every one of us. We don't all want the same thing, which is the beauty about life. because some people think success is just like lots of money in the account, flashy cars, and holidays in Hawaii. That's not what everybody wants, you know, like we're all different, and that's the beauty. Can't put my question. Here's a long check in your inbox. Okay, I'll check my inbox. I usually answer to all the DMs that I receive. Forgive me if I don't, but I usually think I respond to everyone. Sometimes I respond straight away. Sometimes it takes me longer, especially if it's like a deep sort of question that I need to think of. Rather than just typing back just to say, I answered your question, I prefer to take the time to read it, reflect on it, and get back to you. Because sometimes you guys send me reminders, which is fine. You guys can send me reminders, but if I don't answer, it doesn't mean that I've forgotten about you. It's just like it's still in the process. Because some questions are very particular, so I sort of tend to like take into consideration all the elements of the question. But one tip I would give you, when you send me a message, make sure to give me as much information as possible. Because this guy this morning asked me a question about savings. He want to know how to earn passive income. It's fine. It's a good question. I love this question. But I don't know how much money he's got in the bank, and I don't know what's his background. So a little bit of background of you, about you, what you do would give me more perspective so that I can give you a more customized response. All right, Hamza is saying, I didn't put my goals yet, but I have the big vision on what I want. Good job. Yeah, that's very important to have that vision on the long term. It doesn't have to be a vision only for 2019, but it could be a vision for what you want at the end of your life. That's really good. Hello, Brahim. Good to see you here. Hi, Muhammad. Good to see you all. Abdu, how you doing? I'm doing very well. Thank you. But please do not skip that part of reviewing your current year, 2018, because we're still in 2018. Make sure that you review your year before you start setting new goals for next year. Jamal, I go to university just for not entering in this conversation with my parents, but I do other things inside. You're the perfect Sorry, I'm just like doing stuff with my mouth. You're the perfect diplomat. Yeah, sometimes you have to be playing politics with parents, and I totally hear you. And I think you're not going to regret going to university. I mean, as much as I think that self-education is really, really important, to be honest, I'm not against formal education. It's really important because you're being put in a framework with a lot of conditions, a lot of rules to play by, and in real life it can be like that as well. So it's just like a training for you for the real life, because a lot of people think, all right, well, I'm gonna work for myself, I won't have any boss in the future. Yeah, you will have a boss, and that will be your client, whether you like it or not. Even as entrepreneurs, as successful entrepreneurs, your boss is your client. So yeah, university is good for you. It's going to train you have that work relationship with other people, especially with your professors and your classmates. All right, so tell me, just to wrap this up, what is the biggest goal that you have for 2019? Write it down here. I'd love to know what's the biggest thing, and shoot for the moon. You don't have to tell yourself, well, no, that's too big for me, or I'll never manage to do it. Just what is it that you want to achieve that you know you can achieve next year? What is it? Just one thing. If it were just one project that you'd like to complete, what would it be? Jamal is saying they think always that if I get a degree, I'll be successful. Well, one thing for sure, if you get a degree, you're safe in a way. You have that safety net that one day, I don't know, you want to change careers or you want to move countries and they require you to have a degree, you have that. You know, to be honest, I never ever had to show my degree to anyone ever, except once when I worked for the Moroccan government. Well, you know, admin work, I had to show my degrees. That was the only time in my life. But the rest of my life, I never had to show my degrees. And recently in France, I was having a conversation with the president of a group. And he literally asked me what was my education level. And I was like, oh my God, in people's minds, the degree is still very important. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's going to be useful for you, Jamal. So, don't worry. Hang in there. You're going to get that piece of paper and you'll be done with it forever. Time of line, building my home studio. Awesome. That sounds amazing. What is it for? What are you producing? Is it music or movies or what? Joseph, trip to Japan. Sounds exciting. I'd love to explore that part of the world. I've been to Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore. Yeah, Asia, that's how far I've been to, but I'd love to go even further to Japan. That'd be awesome. So yeah, awesome goal for next year. About cats. Oh, nice, about cats. Books to learn copywriting. What does that mean? Is that your goal for next year? Ahmed 58AB, get my university degree just to be safe, as you said. Yeah, it's just to be safe and also to learn from life, because being in university, you learn, right? You're not there just to spend time or just pass time, but you have to learn. And you can even optimize that time by making more effort into learning, because you have the support today of the internet. You can even get deeper into the things that you're interested in. So yeah, get that degree, Ahmed. Good luck with it. Hi, Abdulaziz. Hello. So you all, thank you so much for being here so late. I really enjoyed this quick live. I wish you the best for 2019. If you haven't done so already, so definitely make sure to do the work. You can check out my last video on my YouTube channel with all the details and the steps. And you have to take notes, really. If you want to make it work and you want clarity and focus next year, definitely when you watch the video, take notes and do the work. And then I'll be available if you have any questions. Send me a DM or comment on the video. I'll answer you back. All right, guys, thank you again so much for this amazing year with you all. I hope next year will be very successful to every one of us. And I'm actually for the first time thinking to give wishes for peace, because we need more peace in this world, right? With the last stories that I heard, what's happening in the world. Oh my God. Let's pray for more peace in this world. All right. Thank you guys again for this live, for being part of this community, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.